Hello, thanks for checking out this short refresher video on the Spectrotel wireless dispense management portal. You can see here we have three main categories that we're going to look at today: inventory management, expense management, and account services. So these are the three categories that you'll primarily use. And of course, looking at deployed, as you'd expect, this is the category where it shows all your devices that are in the field. And all this information is directly downloaded from the carrier via APIs. So we have an electrical, connection to the backend billing system of the carrier, showing all the different devices, the phone numbers, what account numbers you have, the device type, the name, the MDM name, so we can ingest the MDM information, which is very helpful for data integrity to make sure the carrier records are updated and reflect the same name as the MDM or even your HR data feeds. Look at, when's the last time that the MDM has been activated or used on the phone, IMEI numbers. All this information is very helpful in managing the ecosystem, including the employee ID and the call centers that are affiliated. You can even sort these by call centers. You can come over here and filter by call center. You have all these other different filters you can use. Cancellation fees is always good to know. So there's a lot of columns here that are blank. So depending on what you need, we can eliminate or add columns just depending on what kind of information you want to see. And in the deploy tab, another quick handy button is the action tab where you can make a lot of your changes to that line automatically and it goes straight to the carrier once you hit submit. And I'll show you another place you can even have more options for these kind of tasks. So that's your deployed section. Looking at the depot is what's on hand. This is what's in the warehouse, either your location or our location, maybe both. You can see, it even shows you, asset location, meaning it can be in multiple places. We can kind of help you track and keep up with your inventory. As you may remember, if you saw an earlier demo, we have an automated process of working either directly API into your ticketing system or through phone calls to our help desk or an email to our help desk. If an employee is leaving the organization, we can automatically send an email to that employee with the return mailing label for UPS or FedEx and have them go there, follow a list of instructions and have that device mailed back to either your location or our location. And we will, of course, clean that device and data wipe it and get it reset for the next employee. So by doing this, you'll start to build up your own stockpile of devices and you won't have to be constantly buying new devices when a new hire begins. So that's two categories. I think inventory management by itself is very valuable. It's difficult managing hundreds, if not thousands of devices and where they are and keeping up with them in the depot. The next category we're going to look at is expense management. The audit section is where most of the magic happens. This is the demo environments. We just have 2 months of bills loaded here. Just a quick look at the invoice detail. Again, sometimes your bills may be hundreds, if not thousands of pages of long. So, having a breakdown of what your device types are. And by the way, quick note, sometimes the carriers may get this wrong. They may take a Zebra scanner and label it a smartphone. And that could be a problem because you may be on the wrong billing plan there. So we can help clean all that up for you. Of course, breaking down all the different charges and give you a nice summary. Here's all your phones here. You could click on the little arrow here and it breaks down exactly what that line is being charged for. Very helpful. It actually makes sense when you look at your carrier bill. It's just for the codes and it's sometimes just hard to follow. So that is, but by the way, you got reports over here. You can download different reports for accounting. Very helpful stuff. So that's the invoice details. But the real magic is the audit section. The audit section takes your bill and will identify all the categories of potential overspending and potential savings. So lines without usage is probably the most common. We can show you how many months, these devices have had no usage on them. It's very helpful. Gives you, lets you decide, do you want to suspend those lines until we figure it out? Or if there's no cancellation fees and maybe they've been no usage for many months, we can just cancel the line because chances are that phone is in a drawer somewhere. Maybe the employee never turned it back in or is lost. A lot of options there. And again, a lot of these things I'm talking about are very customizable. It really depends on what you want to accomplish. We can configure the software and the tool for you there. Looking at international calls, devices that have international plans that no one's making international calls. So you're just wasting money there. We can take those plans off with the software. The little orange triangle is an indication that that device is no longer receiving OEM manufacturer updates, which could be a big security risk. So you want to know about that. one-time fees, equipment fees, all these different miscellaneous fees that the carriers add to your bill, you may not even want. So we can either dispute them, add credits, take them off your bill wherever possible. The whole goal is how can we optimize your billing and eliminate wasteful spending. So that is the audit section. That's where a lot of the magic happens. Every 4 hours, the software is dialing into your carrier and making these updates and changes to your lines. Business intel, another favorite section of mine. So, for your accounting department, your C level, senior management, they love all this because it's taking those complex bills and put it into usable charts. So you can see here, savings detail. You can actually look at 30, 60, 90-day look backs of what you would have spent without optimization and what you ended up spending, kind of validating the purpose of the tool. The data usage section, another big, powerful section of, because ultimately your bill is for usage on the network. So you want to know what devices are really using the majority of the data, and they don't make it real easy for you to see that. So whether it be, an iPhone user at 70 gigs, 71 gigs, maybe you need to tweak your MDM rules, eliminate, a block of streaming video, et cetera. You have, current month, a rolling 3-month average, a 6-month rolling average. So it really gives you an idea what's going on with that user. But most importantly, over here, we take all your devices and we break them down into categories: 0 to 2 gigs, 2 to 5 gigs, et cetera. And we tell you what percentage of your devices are in those data plans. So it's very common for us to see 30 to sometimes 60% of a company's users are well below 5 gigs, but yet all of them are on a unlimited data plan, which is kind of silly, right? You're paying $100+ when you could be paying, 30 or, 30, $40 for a data plan. So helping manage your ecosystem, and our software will make those changes for you automatically. We can set up rules that, every time we see somebody that is paying for more data than they're actually using for the billing cycle ends, we'll just adjust it to that proper data plan electronically. So it's very efficient and very effective. More trend tables. Again, sometimes, finance people love this information. You can break it down by, different sections of the bill, different categories of the bill. Sometimes it's more information than you might need, but everybody's a little bit different, right? The more information you have, what we say, knowledge is power. Cost trends, same thing here, breaking it down by line count, how much data you're consuming, what your charges are. You're looking at a 3-month average of, hey, your device, I'm sorry, your data usage went up, your line count went down. As a result, your bill went down. So this is just great handy information for finance and for the leadership from a budgeting perspective. And again, reminder that you can create cost center allocations for different business units or different departments or different locations, so you can kind of see what part of the organization is consuming the most of the data usage. Kind of on the home stretch here, the order and support section. This is tied directly into the carrier. So any changes you make here is sent automatically to the carrier. So if it's creating a new line, you can, use one you have from the depot, which is always the goal. Why buy a new phone when you don't have to? Or, maybe you don't have one in the depot, so you can order a new phone. Maybe you're holding it in your hand and it's not in the depot. You just have one on hand that someone turned in that never made it to the depot. So you have different options here. And if you do order the new device, you can select the device, and anything that's in your contract, you can select from here. So you can actually get all the stuff that you would get from the carrier right here, and it goes straight to the carrier. You can set the shipping date to their location or to the employee's location, depending if you want us to do staging, kitting, and shipping or not. So that's a quick drive-by of the portal, controlling your inventory by itself. Again, if you have hundreds of, if not thousands of devices, this is worth its weight in gold. Of course, the audit section is going to optimize all your lines. Chances are we'll find enough savings and maybe even pay for the service, or at least, definitely make a budget neutral. All the information you need, reports you may need, and of course, viewing tickets. This tool will be very helpful for you. Beats using spreadsheets and just trying to rely on the portal. So that's kind of a quick drive-by of what the portal does. If you need more information or other questions, please contact our Spectrotel mobility team. We'd be glad to walk you through this. And as a matter of fact, once you onboard with us, we do onboarding calls And then every month we'll have a check-in call with you to make sure you're seeing the alerts, you're making the changes appropriately. Any more additional training you need, we'll get those on the monthly calls. And there'll come a day where you won't need the monthly calls because you'll have it under control. And just a quick reminder that not only do expense management, but we have additional services, different categories of service like staging, kitting, shipping, warehousing your devices, inventory management, mobile device management. We can provide MOS 360, configure it, and even manage it for you. These are all different options you can subscribe to manage your mobility ecosystem. And if you have any questions on those, we'll of course be glad to walk you through those different options to make mobility a asset and not a headache. So have a great day and thanks for your time.